Thank you to Travis Quinn and his band.
Yeah.
That blessed us.
Where are they?
He's back there. Raise your hand for the Travis.
So humble. Look at you.
They were on point. We want to give a big thank you to the young people, our interns. Y'all can come out, show your faces backstage. Backstage.
Where's our
interns?
interns?
Come on.
There you go.
These are young kids.
These are juniors.
Thank you so much.
All right, baby. All right.
The show would not have been able to proceed if not for those beings. So thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you.
Before we head to the after party,
Hey. Oh, speaking of an after party.
Oh, what?
I just want to build some anticipation real quick. Don't go home.
Yeah.
Don't go home.
Don't do it.
Go to the lobby. Where's the ring at? Where's the ring? Girl, that's right. All right, we got DJ Big Man Kelly in the house. All right, so please make your way to the lobby after the interview, and we're gonna turn up. All right.
So we want to do a quick Q&A
Yes.
where the gentleman will speak briefly, and then we'll have the audience, if you all have any questions for these gentlemen, anything pertaining to the show, how it came to fruition, what you see, you know, anything like that, we're welcome to ask. We're going to limit it to 5 questions. So if you're raising your hand and I'll get to you, please don't have an attitude. I will have an attitude back. Okay. So, guys, we want you to briefly, baby, do you hear me? Baby, do you hear me?
She has to see.
That's real right there. This is how they behave.
Briefly. Tell the people about your organizations and how they can find out about
She
them.
does.
Please, with hashtags.
Oh, I'm starting. Is that Terry? Terry that's here?
See, briefly.
Terry. What's up, Terry? That's my
Terry.
boy. Y'all understand, Terry, that's way back in the day. Hey,
Very dapper.
Oh,
Very
yeah,
dapper.
you doing that thing, boy. Okay, so, speak to my future. So, for the past 7 to 8 years, I have personally mentored about a little bit over 100 students. No funding. All right, there's more than that? I mean, I've spoken to, okay, all right, cool, you're right. That's why you gotta have your best friend up here. But still, I've traveled with them from middle school to high school, from high school to college, and we mentor them. We teach them leadership, we teach them dance, we teach them spoken word, we teach them creative writing. And what we've seen is when you give a student, when you give a child a purpose, when you let them know identity, they survive. They not only survive, they thrive. We're a product of it. We all came from a organization that after school we would go every day. It's called YE, and we would polish our craft. And I just wanted to do that for students. And basically, 90% of our students are in college, right? They're positive members of society. They own their own businesses. They're traveling the world with their artistry. And sometimes they don't even, you know, I got some students that literally they're youth pastors, they're chaplains, they're doctors, but we gave them identity. You know, we gave them purpose, and we helped them understand that they were enough. What they had in their hand was enough. Forget the statistics, forget what the world say, you're enough. And that's what Speak to My Future does, and we're gonna continue doing that until I'm not breathing anymore, right?
Hola everyone. What's up, girls? See y'all back there. You must be just guys, huh? I'm joking.
Is that a prospect?
Huh?
Is that a prospect?
No, that's family right there. That's family.
Sorry.
Listen, she is really, yeah.
Sorry.
That's family.
We're looking for his next wife.
Wow.
His first wife. That came out wrong. Go ahead.
Hold on. They think it's a game. Say it again. Go. What you looking for?
His wife.
But it was already tight though. That's what I'm trying to understand. It was already speedy.
So that was the problem. He had my back. You know what I mean? Literally. Had on speed dating? You know, certain things I don't trust. You know, yeah, we'll talk. Okay, Trell Reid, that's my name for those who don't know me. It is nice seeing a lot of faces out here that are familiar. Appreciate the love and support. One of the things that I do, Star Support Foundation, that's my baby right there. It's a nonprofit organization, and pretty much what we're doing is we're, once again, working with the youth. That's something that the three of us have in common that you're gonna hear a lot about. I'm working with the kids in elementary. So all kids within elementary. Star Support Foundation is a non-for-profit. We get the kids' attention first. That's the first thing we do. We try to get their attention and pretty much bake them in through Star Support, through the arts. I'm a poet, as you can see. I do have an entertainment company as well too, so I kind of like do some cross promotion between those two. Mrs. Reid's Reading Stars, that's my other baby right there. That has been around for 3 years now. That's when you're supposed to clap. So we're gonna stop. I'm gonna say it again and then you just gonna clap. Mrs. Reid's Reading Stars, it has been around for 3 years now. So it's crazy. But all jokes aside, it's truly a blessing. That's a gift from God. I named it after my mother. She has been a teacher in Miami-Dade County Public Schools for more than 30 years. Teaching is the only profession that she has ever had. She's retired now. I love the lady dearly, and I used to always tell her, like, hey, look, you give so much in this school, but they hinder you because you can't teach the kids the way that you want to teach these kids. You can't teach them in the way that you know it will work. So it was a combination of that, and then it was a combination of the struggles that I grew up with. I grew up with the struggles of reading. So I was like, look, our main focus is going to be reading. So she retired, and I knew that she couldn't really be at the camp helping or whatever. She moved to Orlando, and I've been running it all by myself. I'm a big boy now, thank you. But I've been running it all by myself, and it was some times around that period when I first opened it up, because she wasn't even able to help me open it up because my mother, she was slowly passing away with cancer. So my grandmother. That's my cousin right there. Love you, T. But yeah, the white man is on point. As soon as we get somebody to shout out. But yeah, my grandmother was slowly passing away, and you know she was there caring for her. She was there 24/7. So yeah, opened it up, and we teach kids how to read through music. We've had wonderful success stories. Every child that has come to that learning center, they have left on a whole nother level with, reading. Kids who couldn't read 3-letter words, 9-letter words. Kids who didn't know the sound of their alphabets, they're reading 4-letter words. Parents are just like, oh, what's going on? This is crazy. But it's a blessing, and that's a passion that I have to give them and see them grow. And I'm telling you, the energy when you can see these kids, like, man, and confidence. Any parents out there, confidence. Give your kids confidence. If you have a cousin, or it doesn't matter what it is, give them confidence. If they do something small, go bananas. M-A, math. What? Math? Say it again. And then you'll see they look at you like, boy, you crazy. But I'm gonna make you do that again. Math. And then go crazy again. So, it's a passion, and we're not far from here. We're right on 53rd Street, Northwest 14th Avenue, housed out of a church. I rent a room from there, revamped the whole place. They step in, it's like Disney World. They don't want to go anywhere. So, that's what I'm doing, and that's my passion right there. Thank you.
As these gentlemen said, I can't thank everybody enough for being here. This is just a beautiful turnout, and Chris even said it in the back earlier, the beauty of looking out and just seeing family. Like, it's family all over the place. There are people in here that we've known for years and years and years, and that's just a beautiful thing. And then there are people who I don't know, faces I don't recognize, and that means that the family is growing. That means there's more people to meet and impact and work with, and I think that that's a beautiful, beautiful thing. And working with youth has always been important to all of us, and it's interesting too, because I look over here at Jennifer, and I met Jennifer, had to be when she was maybe 14 or 15 years old, and she's a whole adult with children, and and then you think 30 for real. And when you work with young people, it makes you feel like you aged faster. you forget that when you first met them, you were only 18 yourself. But the fact that they're like married and stuff like that, it'd be like, whoa, you couldn't even keep a job. Couldn't even keep a summer job for 2 minutes, Jesus. My main focus is something I do call the Spoken Word Exchange. It's an international spoken word poetry project that was first piloted in 2014 in Abu Dhabi with the help of a good friend of mine, Dorian Paul D. Rogers, who it literally started just from him inviting me to Abu Dhabi. And I was like, you tell, like people say, come by the house, you come through anytime. He said it like that. He said it like Abu Dhabi was Georgia. Like, yo, man, you should come through sometime. Yeah, okay. Yeah, come on. And at that time, I had never even been out of the country. I had never, really been anywhere. And I thought about it for a while, and I was like, you know what? I want to do something big with my life because I don't want to go back to school. So I was like, okay, if I'm not gonna go back to school, I got to do something. I need some stuff on my resume. I need some other stuff because I don't want to do school. It's not doing it. And so I said, okay, let's do this. I'm gonna go out of the country, and then they'll call me an international poet, and that'll be important. And it'll matter to somebody. That's gonna be enough. And then a good friend of mine, who I've also known for years, she was helping me with some administrative stuff, and she said, Calvin, you doing this GoFundMe or this, this Indiegogo, and you asking people for money, basically to send you on vacation. And I said, why you look at it like that? You make it sound so cheap. These people like me. They believe in me. They're gonna give me money. Why are you making this a thing? And she was like, I just think your purpose is bigger than that, and you can do so much more. And so I thought about all my passions and the things that I've been doing for years, and I've been doing group facilitation for as long as I can remember. I've been writing poetry and performing for as long as I can remember. And I said, so how can I combine these things and turn it into something bigger? And then I thought about the fact that oftentimes all we know about people who don't live where we live is whatever the media gives us. We know what they have told us about these people, who they are, and so forth, but you don't know until you go there. You don't know until you interact with these people. You can think what you want to think about Little Haiti, but you probably don't know the Little Haiti I know. You can think what you want to think about Scott Projects that was torn down, but you don't know Scott Projects like I know Scott Projects. And I knew from that, one of my greatest experiences that is everything I thought about Haitians before I ever moved into Little Haiti. I was sure that as soon as I moved to Little Haiti, I would know exactly what a Haitian was. I thought I would just know, and I didn't. I had hung around a group of people for several months before I learned that they were Haitian. And I was like, first of all, y'all light-skinned. I didn't even know. I have been misled. I have been sincerely misled. And so I learned from a young age that you can't go by what people will say. You can't go by other people's negativity. You can't go by, what, you thinking about who it was? No?
She a G, that's why. She holds it down.
She not, but she a G. That's why I didn't look over there. Don't look over there. Don't look over there. I'm not going to look over there. But, so, I decided to follow through with the trip, and I decided that I wanted to expand global diversity and cultural sensitivity through spoken word poetry, because it is one of the greatest vehicles by which people tell their story and tell their truth. So we take the work of poets from the States to other countries and exchange it with writers and poets in that country, and then we do the exact same thing there, and we bring their work back to the States. And as the project has grown, we've actually been able to, just this past February, we were able to bring 5 poets from Leeds, England, over here. In a few weeks, myself and my wife will be traveling to Ghana, and then hopefully we'll be able to bring 2 poets from Ghana back here next year. And we're also going to Abu Dhabi again later on this year, and just continuing to make that exchange. One of the biggest things I'm looking forward to is also going to Brazil. The African diaspora there is just beautiful, and there's so much history there, that I'm only recently learning about. So it expands me, and it helps me open up a new world to myself, and then that's something I can provide to my child. So as we continue to grow, we continue to build each other, and I know I wouldn't be who I am without these gentlemen on this stage. And without my... Am I long? Is that about it? Is that about it? Why didn't you tap me at 3 minutes till it's too long? This is, my wife is everything. I'm a failure without you. And scene.
I know.
Why you didn't tell me?
That's right.
So we're gonna give it. Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
So we're gonna give it to the audience. Does anybody have any questions for these three gentlemen?
Quickly. Because we want to party.
Yeah.
Well, we.
All that cross-county line business you on right there. I'ma see.
Expansion.
Where over that dog side? Shallow side. Okay, I'ma see about that. I heard that. We ain't coming with Kodak Black yet.
There will be some events that I'll be having down here that you would be able to bring your kids to those events. One of the things that I've done in the past was a drop the mic at Wynwood Yard. It was just for youth. So they were able to get on stage, sing, dance, rap, whatever, in any fashion they wanted to express themselves, they were able to do that. And I also had some individuals there who volunteered, and they would mentor the kids. So we would have like small different groups, they would talk to them, hey, you know, do you want to get up and do this and that? And positivity is what it's all about. So just please stay in touch, and if there's anything that we're doing here that they can come down and hang out, I'd love to have them. And on Fridays, we're looking forward to having a fun Friday with Star Support Foundation. Now what that's going to be, I'm pretty much going to have a fun Friday where kids will be able to come, shoot hoops, eat. I want to have food there to give to, and if you want to volunteer too, you know, to give to the kids, they'll be able to eat, and we're going to share the word with them as well too for probably about 10 minutes. So within that all, playing around, different games, laughing, making YouTube videos is something that my kids like doing, so I'm having them do that too. We're going to talk to them about some serious matters for 10 minutes and then let them go back and play. All right, so that's something, although we won't be in Broward, that's yet, you can come on down.
Amazing. That's
All right.
amazing. Come on.
I go to Broward, okay? I'll be there. All right, and I don't know about what you're saying, but wherever Kodak at, we there too. All right?
You got by yourself. I ain't
Can
going.
I? Okay, thank you. We have a question in the audience.
Yeah.
All right.
PG, Phil, PG.
Hello. Everybody? All right. Given the longevity of y'all's relationship and the closeness you show, I'm wondering what would you, each of you, attribute to be the factor that contributed to the bond you all share?
What's amazing is there's three of us, so I'm gonna give you the pastor answer, okay? I'm gonna give you the Christian answer. I really do think God works all things together for good, and I really do think it was a divine appointment, me and Calvin, because let me tell you what my mama did to me, okay? After I left elementary, I thought I was gonna be free from basically uniforms, but my mother told me that they're gonna wear church clothes, right? I went to my first day of 6th grade, I had this brown pinstripe suit, okay, the best and all. And literally, I got on the bus, and the only person that let me sit next to him was Calvin. Literally, I walked down the bus, and everybody was like, nope, nothing. It's the first day, I am not going to, you ain't gonna ruin my middle school experience. But seriously, I do think God brought us together, and it is a spiritual thing, because literally, I can't give you a proper reason why we didn't get shot at a party. I can't give you a proper reason why we was at the party. And okay, my mother doesn't know any of this. Too late. Okay.
Just found out.
There was no reason, but instead of leaving each other, yo, you good? I got you. So for me, that answer, I just honestly, God don't put nobody in your life for no reason. And appreciate the people that God puts in your life. And
Good. That's good.
Okay, one person is good. I feel like the spiritual aspect was good for all y'all. Next question.
Last question.
Oh no, listen, we pay for this time. Okay,
Alright.
I was gonna keep it 100. I was like,
Like, man, you got me, right?
Hey.
I love seeing you guys go back to the version I met you, which was musically, the rappers you were in WHY30 time. And I guess my question for you guys is, can we be expecting more music to be a part of your spoken word?
That's gonna be a hard no.
what is wrong with her? Which friend is that? No, ma'am.
You know what's crazy? I've actually been
31 Saturday.
writing. I've actually been writing some more verses. You know, at least playing around with it, because I feel like there is no real rap anymore. You know what I mean? Nothing with a positive message, nothing that's speaking encouragement, motivation through the. Well, I ain't gonna say nothing, but it's still commercial. Let's not get too deep. I'm gonna say surface, you're gonna talk about how I feel. Alright. So that's how I feel. So for me personally, I have been doing a little more writing. I can take that as confirmation, and for myself first, and well, not myself first, but God first and then myself, I'll do that. And I'll put it out there, because kids, they gravitate towards it. That's what they see on TV, and that's what they want, and inspire to be. So that's what I can say.
Right. Anyone else?
Going once.
Oh, you gonna make me.
Nah, I just want to say hi. What's up?
Oh, hey.
I don't know why.
That's all I can. Hey, Brother Rob. How you doing, Brother Rob? Oh, Brother Rob.
Hi guys.
The white pin.
Question, just from one artist to the next. What is your creative process, individually and as friends? Your writing process.
You already gonna give you their sauce. I'm gonna give you some of their sauce, but not their Maggi. I'm not giving you their sauce like that. What's it was? But that poem about 4 o'clock in the morning has a lot to do with it. Stillness has a lot to do with it. Complete silence, you have nothing to do with it. It's complete silence, It's something about that. Like, when the world is so busy, it's hard for me to write. It's distracting. So silence, 4 o'clock in the morning, and when I'm in my car, that's complete solitude. You can go with 8 in your car. It's like the one place where you really know you're alone. It's like the one place where you're actually by yourself. You can completely talk out loud in your car and process thought. It's nowhere else for nobody to hide, except the roaches. And they're not gonna tell anybody. You got roaches in your car? First of all, I want you to peep how many people laughed. Because what you want to do right now is embarrass me. Several people chuckled, which means they either have roaches in their car now, or they've had roaches in their car at some point.
You still didn't answer the question, though. But as far as the process, as friends, you just witnessed it. That's what it is. I understand that these people love me. They love me to death, and I love them to death. So if there's anything that comes out of their mouth, or if somebody gets sprayed in the eye with mace, we know at the end. That's a lie.
Here's what's crazy. Here's how you know we're men. Literally, worst 2 hours and 30 minutes of my life. But after that, we just kept working.
Yeah, like he's sitting. I'm gonna say it was still water coming out of his
We can
eye.
do that too, okay?
But he
We do that too. Women can get based and keep working. Right? Why are y'all not talking? Oh, yeah, shit,
Yep. Good point, Arthur. Good point. Good point, Arthur. Drop the mic.
Chris got When Chris got mazed, he fell to the floor and he grabbed his face. Man grabbed the face. Pop, 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 pop. Mace. That's what he did. Woman getting maced. Psst.
Because clearly you must have done this on purpose.
On purpose. There's no understanding. But that's what I would say the mojo is, as my man put it. That's what I would say the mojo is between this circle, this friendship, and this love. It's real love. We understand that if something happens bad, if you say something, it's either, if you say something bad and hurtful, it's either a joke or you didn't know it was going to hurt my feelings. So these guys, we say some pretty mean stuff to each other. Like some pretty mean stuff, but we just laugh at the end of it all. You know what I mean? And cry, yeah.
And this is what we know. One of our friends, one of our mentors has one testicle. That's a common joke amongst us. That's a common joke. Comes up all the time. You gotta have tough skin. You gotta have tough skin.
Here's an orange just trying to fill in the space. You know? Different stuff like that. But sometimes you don't.
We're gonna move on to the next question. We have number 2 for anyone.
I have a question. All right. Yeah, I got a question, girl.
My question is, are we good on time?
No, we're not. So I'm gonna wrap this up. All right. So if there's anything that the audience should walk away from, right? As walk
They're gonna walk away from the show.
Okay. All right. So I'm gonna sign up for Star Support. All right. Y'all gonna fund me? All right, because it's expensive. Anyways.
Mom, you heard that? Oh, she's like, nah, not no more. You grown.
Oh wow. So if there's anything that the audience should walk away with, right? What would it be in one sentence?
Like together one sentence, or each of us one
Each of
sentence?
us, each of you guys one sentence.
Man, together we are better. That's it.
Okay, go ahead.
Be patient, be forgiving, and be willing to grow.
Sure. One fish, two fish. Red fish, blue fish.